All right. Starting lying down onto your back in whatever way is comfortable. So there's a few options. If you want, you can keep the knees bent, kind of release the lower back that way. Another option is to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees part. And then, of course, extending your legs out for Savasana is viable as well. So just choose whatever feels best in your hips, your pelvis, your knees. Do what feels most comfortable with your arms. You can let them rest by your side easily, let the hands relax. Maybe if you're feeling like it would be nice to kind of have a little physical connection to check in, you could bring a palm to your belly and a palm to your heart. It can also feel nice to extend the arms out overhead, find a little space through the side body and underarms. So you can experiment for a moment and find what works and let yourself settle into it. You can let the eyes soften and close down if they haven't already. Just notice the quality of energy in the space that you're practicing. Notice the quality of energy in the room around you. Notice the quality of energy in your own body. The breath can be a nice clue. Just noticing if there's some resistance in the breath or some jagged places, or if it feels smooth. Letting go of any judgment around whatever you observe. So just this really kind of friendly, neutral observation of reality, however it's unfolding for you. When you're ready, you can bend the knees if they're not bent. Place the feet down under the knees if they're not there. Reach the arms back over your head. Interlace your fingers as you take a deep breath in and open up through the side body and underarms. And then on your exhale, release the tailbone down. Let the lower back kind of leave the mat, but the hips are still down. So it's just a tiny little pelvic tilt there. And then switch. Press the middle of your back down into the mat, push into your feet. Lift the hips just a little bit. So we're not coming into a full back bend, just releasing the pelvis, kind of rocking forward and backward. Nice and slow here. Little pelvic tilts. Maybe taking the lift a little bit higher, turning on the glutes as you push into your feet, squeeze. And then we're going to go ahead and come into a full glute bridge here. So push into the feet, try and create a diagonal line between your sternum and your knees. And then keep the hands interlaced as you reach your palms up toward the ceiling, pressing the palms away from you, opening up through the wrists. So before we put some weight on the wrists in chaturanga and plank pose, just opening up some of those little carpal joints, letting some of the prana flow, some of that energy that can get a little congested there. Couple more breaths. Stay here or lift your heels. So you're on the tiptoes, and then just slowly lower the heels down. So lifting and lowering. Lots going on in the backs of the legs here. The calves, the hamstrings, the glutes. Squeezing the thighs toward each other. So feet are hips distance, knees are hips distance, but the energy is moving toward the midline. Couple more. Start to find the Ujjayi breath to support yourself here. A little constriction through the throat. And then lift up one last time. Hold the heels, hold the glutes. Slowly release it all down, vertebra by vertebra. Tick-tock the knees side to side here. And then bring your right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers right underneath the right knee, around the shin. Pull the elbows toward the sides of the body as you find some compression, guiding your right thigh inward, angling your right knee just a little bit toward the underarm. Breathe without forcing anything, starting to open up pretty deep through the hip flexors, the knee. And then switch sides. Bring the left knee in. Use your biceps and your triceps to pull the elbows toward the sides of the ribs here. So we're using the arms. The leg is pretty passive, but finding some compression by squeezing the left thigh in toward the left side of the abdomen. And then we'll do both legs. So bring the right knee and the left knee in. You can lift the head, the neck, the shoulders up. Try and catch the opposite elbow. And then relax the back down. Tuck your chin about 1/8 of an inch toward your chest. So you're lengthening through the back of the neck, trying to get all of the vertebrae down onto the mat. Pull the hips forward. Pull the tailbone down. Couple deep breaths here. Nice. Reach for your ankles. Tuck the chin toward the chest. Go ahead and roll forward and backward a couple of times here. See if you can find a little pause on the sit bones and maybe a little pause on the shoulder blades. When you're ready, you're going to cross the ankles, plant your hands, and step back into downward facing dogs. Take your time to get there. There's another transition that feels more like significant or meaningful or intuitive in your body. You can take it that way, but land in downward facing dog with your feet and your hands about shoulder distance and hips distance apart. Push down into the base of your thumbs. Find any kind of movement that feels good here. Checking in with the knees and the hips. Maybe checking in with the head and the neck. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale your right leg behind you and then externally rotate the right hip as you bend the knee. Find a little bit of movement here in the top knee or ankle. Look toward your left knee or your left shin and then use your arms to push your chest toward the left leg. Re-extend your right leg, take a breath in, and then step the right foot to the top of the mat. Release your left knee down. Bring your right hand to the inside of the right thigh and press the chest away from the right leg. So finding some opening here. Let the shoulders melt down the back. Notice if they're crowding the ears here. And bring the right hand back down. Tuck the left toes, high push up. So there we are on the wrist there. Push into the fingers. See if you can find almost like a claw-like action in the hands. Glutes turn on, core engages. Rock onto the tiptoes as you inhale. And then slowly lower all the way down, bringing your elbows close toward your body. Slide onto the tops of the feet. Take it into cobra here as you inhale. Look over both shoulders. Take your time here with that breath. And then downward facing dog on an exhale. Hips up and back. Ground down through the right foot. This time the left leg goes high. Bend the knee. Find that external rotation. Take a few deep breaths here as you press the chest toward the right thigh. Check in with the jaw. Notice if you picked up tension there. See if you can breathe it through your body into the arms, the legs, the spine. Re-extend the left leg on an inhale. And then step the left foot forward. Drop the right knee. Left hand to the inside of the left thigh. Find some opening across the chest there. Maybe a little bit of rotation as you look to the left or twirl your heart toward the ceiling. Bring that top hand down, tuck the back toes, high push-up position. Glutes on, core engaged. Rock onto the tiptoes. Lower half or all the way down. This time take it into cobra or up dog. Go through the center. In up dog, the only thing on the mat is the tops of your feet and the palms of the hands. Pull the belly button forward and the shoulders down. And then downward facing dog. Stay here for a breath in through your nose. Anytime you want, you can open up and breathe out through the mouth. Look toward the top of your mat. Walk forward for ragdoll. Feet about hips distance or maybe even wider. Catch the crooks of your opposite elbows. Find a little bit of a sway in the body, shifting your weight from one foot to the other. Nice place to give the head a little nod or a shake. Release the fingers down toward the top of the mat. Heel toe your feet a little closer together. Find what spacing feels natural for your hips. If you have anything interesting in the sciatic nerve or the belly or the chest, bringing the feet to about hips distance can be nicer. Slide the palms against the shins as you inhale, the heart lifts and the tailbone pulls back. And then forward fold, catch hold of your calves, tuck your chin toward your chest, lift the shoulders out of the ears. Do that again, lift up halfway on an inhale, lengthening the spine, heart up. Fold forward as you press the breath out and press your chest toward your legs. This time go all the way up to standing. Nice full body stretch as you reach the arms up, press the feet down. And then bring your hands to your heart center. We'll pause here. Let the eyes close or set your gaze to your fingertips. A good moment in the practice to set up an intention, a sankalpa. I'm working with the intention lately of inviting my body to be really like an equal partner in this relationship between the mind, the body, the spirit. I think a lot of us move through our days where the mind kind of rules the roost and we can override little bits of intuition or needs from our physical body. And I invite you while you're on your mat to really prioritize tuning into the body and its wisdom. So that might mean that you move more or less than what I suggest. It might mean that you take different shapes. Really make the practice your own. So it's a dedication to your whole holistic self. Plug that intention into your heart. Take a very deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, go ahead and sigh it out. Drop the arms to your side, open your eyes. Arms up on the inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Surya Namaskar. Lift up halfway here as you breathe in. Lift the right heel. And then step the right foot to the back of the mat. Release the right knee. Inhale, your arms come up and a little bit of extension, not forcing anything. High to low plank on the exhale. Strong arms and core. Cobra or up dog. Finish that breath in. And then downward facing dog as you empty. The right leg lifts on an inhale. Lengthen and stretch. Step the right foot between the thumbs on the exhale. Drop your left knee. Inhale, arms up, supported crescent. Maybe you look up. Plant the hands. Step the left foot to the top of the mat to meet the right. Half stretch. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. All the way up. Focus on that inhale, lengthening. And then take it right back down on the exhale. Halfway lift. Breathe in with the left heel. Exhale, step the left foot to the back. Drop the left knee. Arms up on the inhale. Look up. High plank to low plank. Long exhale. Slow and controlled in the core. Inhale, upward dog. Chest forward. Exhale, down dog. Hips back. Left leg lift, breathe in. Step forward as you empty. Drop the right knee. Inhale the arms up. Plant the hands. Step the right foot to meet the left. Second round, halfway stretch. Breathe in. Fold forward and empty. All the way up on the inhale, palms face or touch. Bow forward on the exhale. Halfway stretch. Set it up here as you breathe in. Right foot steps back, right knee to the mat as you breathe out. Inhale, arms up, look up. Plant the hands, step back, high to low. Breathe in, lift the heart open, shrug the shoulders down. Downward facing dog, push into your hands, right leg high, breathe in. Step forward as you empty, drop the back knee. Inhale the arms up. Step the left foot to the top of the mat for your forward fold. Half lift, breathe in. Chest to thighs as you breathe out. All the way up, lengthen that inhale. And then bow forward, or maybe you take a swan dive on the exhale. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Left foot back, left knee down, breathe out. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, cobra or up dog, press into the feet. Push with your hands, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts on the in-breath. Step forward as you empty, right knee down. Inhale the arms. Exhale to the top for your forward fold. Last round, halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, breathe out. Inhale as you reach and lengthen. Exhale, bow forward, dedicating this last one to your body. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Right foot steps, right knee down. Inhale the arms. Exhale through your vinyasa. You can always skip the vinyasa and just go straight into downward dog. Either way, focus on your breath. Right leg up on an inhale. Right foot steps forward on the exhale, left knee down. Inhale the arms. Forward fold, exhale to the top. Half lift, heart lifts on the in-breath. Chest to thighs, give yourself a little squeeze as you empty. Inhale, rise, push into your feet. Exhale and bow forward. Long spine, breathe in. Left foot back, left knee down. Inhale the arms. Exhale, high to low plank. Cobra or up dog, smooth as you inhale. Down dog, push back as you exhale. Left leg, lengthen it. Exhale, step, drop the right knee. Inhale, arms up, look up. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Half lift, breathe in. Chest to thighs, let it go. Take it up on the inhale. And then this time, keep the palms connected over your head. Walk back a little bit. We're gonna take a half moon. So start to lean the fingers toward the right. Squeeze the thighs, glutes on. You can keep the palms connected and the arms strong, or release the right hand toward the right thigh. Check in with the neck here. Try and lift through the left elbow, rotating the left elbow back behind you. On an inhale, pull through the center, palms connect overhead. And then take your side bend to the left. Remember, the hands can be together, or you can release the left palm toward the left thigh. Breathe and feel into the sensation of the stretch through the right side body. On an inhale, palms together, take it up, and maybe draw back a little bit. And then bow forward as you empty. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Step the right foot to the back of the mat, release the right knee. Inhale the arms up so you're back in that supported crescent, but tuck the tailbone under a little bit and send the hips forward. So you're hopefully feeling is quite a bit of sensation in the front of the right thigh. You can always untuck the right toes if you'd rather, and open up some of that fascia across the top of the right foot and the right shin, ankle. The key here is to keep the hips stacked over the right knee. Tuck the tailbone toward the right knee and send the hips forward as you keep breathing. And keep the legs, sweep the hands to the lower back, interlacing your fingers, pulling the knuckles down, lifting the heart up. You can do this with the arms separated. The idea is to just rotate the shoulder blades onto the back of the ribs and then down. If it feels good, look up, lean back a little bit, breathe in, and then release the bind. We're gonna find Vinyasa, that hamstring stretch as you drop the fingers around the left heel, flex the left foot, straightening out the left leg just until you feel something meaningful in the back of that calf and thigh. So there's a lot of variations of this posture. Really kind of try and tune into your body. If it feels right to sit all the way back onto the right heel, you can play with that. If it feels right to try and work the legs farther apart and come into full splits, try that on. My favorite way to practice this lately is to try and get the palms flat, keep the arms and the spine straight, and then just let the heart kind of melt forward so the shoulder blades retract down onto the back. Eyes are set toward that left big toe. Couple more deep breaths here. So if you can lengthen the breath just a little bit. I like to pace the breathing sometimes. I use a 4 count. So if you're pacing the breath with me, it's an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then an exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do one more here. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll onto the sole of that left foot again. Tuck the right toes if they were untucked. Lift the right knee. Really spike the right heel sky high. You're low in the lunge. Let the hips be heavy. Maybe put a little more space between the feet. Hug the belly center in and up so you're strong in the abdominals. And then you're going to reach the arms back by your side, palms down, finding lightning crescent here. Push into the front foot so you find the left glutes. Slow and strong, keep pushing into the feet as you come up to crescent. Lift the chest, lift the arms, right hip steers forward, take a breath in. High to low plank, long exhale, come back into that upper body. Inhale, lift the heart, press into the feet. Down dog on the exhale, hips way back. Pick up the right leg here, breathe in. Step the right foot to the top of the mat, keep the left knee lifted. We're going to step the left foot to the top of the mat as well, just on the left tippy toes. Root down through your right foot, stand all the way up, left knee to your chest. Flex the left foot, triple flexion in that left leg, the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Breathe here as you find your drishti, that gaze point somewhere on the horizon. Nice, one more long breath in. And then we're going to find lightning chair at the top. Step the left foot down next to the right, bend the knees. Arms come back, same as they did in that lightning crescent. Rotate the shoulders onto the back of the ribs. Palms face down. Maybe the palms start to twirl away from the hips with the thumbs up. For 3. Relax the jaw for 2. Stay low. One more full breath in. And out. On an inhale, stand up and reach up, press into the feet. And then bow forward as you empty. Halfway stretch here, breathe in. This time the left foot is going to step to the back of the mat, release the left knee and the left toes. We'll get that fascia on this side. Supported crescent, stacking the hips over the left knee, tucking the tailbone, sending the hips forward. The eyes set soft, and the breath. So you work back toward the paced breathing here if that works for you. If the 4 count's a little long, change it to a 2 or a 3. If the 4 count's a little short, you can play with a 5 or 6 to kind of tailor the practice to what your body, your energy needs, what feels meaningful in this moment. Couple more breaths. Option to add the bind, interlacing the fingers, or option to just reach the arms back, starting to check in with that little bit of extension through the upper back. So try and focus on finding that little arch right behind the heart between the shoulder blades. Take a breath in, and then release the hands around the right heel, lift the right foot, flexing it into Hanumanasana, your variation of this hamstring stretch. Remembering there's an option to sink back to the left heel, to work the feet and the legs farther apart towards splits, or to work into the variation that I'm choosing, which is straight arms, straight back, flex the right foot, and then let the heart melt forward toward the right toes as you breathe. Two more of your paced breaths here. Roll onto the sole of the right foot, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. Lots of space between the feet. Let the hips be heavy but strong. And then lightening your arms and your upper body. Draw the navel in and up away from the right thigh. It's called Uddiyana Bandha. So the Bandha means lock. Uddiyana means upward flying. So the energy is pulling upward through the core, maybe up toward the heart, out through the crown of the head, maybe down through the feet. Strong foundation. You're going to take it into crescent lunge, lifting the chest and the arms here as you breathe in. And then we'll take it through a vinyasa. I'll see if it works with Milo on the mat next to me. High to low push up. Hi, buddy. Cobra or up dog on the inhale. Down dog on the exhale. Lift the left leg as you breathe in. Step the left foot forward. Shift the weight to the left foot. We're going to find that balancing posture on this side. So arms up, right knee to the chest. Triple flexion in that right leg. The hip, the knee, and the foot. Take a couple breaths here, lengthening down through the tailbone. And then rolling the shoulders up and back over the hips. If you need a little bit more balance challenge, take your eyes up toward your hands as you breathe in. Feet together, lightning chair, bend your knees as you breathe out. Right away, stand up on the inhale, maybe a little back bend, and then forward fold on the exhale. Whew, halfway stretch, breathe in. Step the right foot to the back of the mat, release the right knee. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, Hanumanasana, just for a breath cycle. Full in. Maybe you relax a little bit more on the out. Crescent lunge, we're gonna come all the way into that stretch. Breathe in, high plank to low plank as you empty. Cobra or up dog on the inhale. Press it back to downward facing as you empty. Right leg high, breathe in. Step the right foot forward, load the weight into the right foot. Inhale the left leg up and the arms up. And then exhale as you catch hold of the left foot. See if you can interlace all of your fingers under the sole of the left foot. Left knee is bent to start. Lengthen out the spine a little bit as you tuck the chin toward the chest. Bring your nose toward the left knee, and then maybe start to straighten that left leg. Deep, deep breathing here. You can keep the knee bent, and you can absolutely bring maybe, for me, it would be my right fingers against this wall here. Keep the leg lifted if you can. You're gonna bring the arms up. Left leg stays as high as it can. Point the left toes, little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift high, breathe in. And then airplane pose as you breathe out. Pull the arms back. Same energy through the shoulders. Tiny little bit of a tuck to the left hip as you tuck the tailbone. And stay here. Or find Kali Mudra, Warrior 3, reaching the arms forward, interlacing the fingers, but releasing the index finger, kicking back through the left toes as you reach forward through the fingers. Very big breath in. Slow motion, take it into that bound Warrior 1. Left foot to the back of the mat, reach up through the fingertips as you breathe in. And then release that bind, find Warrior 2. Take a little bit more space between your feet here. As soon as you land, lift the heart, set your eyes over your right fingers. Keep pressing the hips to the left, dropping the shoulders, maybe shrugging them up, back, and down. Straighten out the front knee, reach through the right fingertips, right hand down, left arm up for triangle. Release the head and the neck. So let the right ear drop toward the right shoulder or the chin drop toward the right shoulder. Keep pushing the hips toward the left here. And then see if you can stack the shoulders and the wrists. Lengthen the whole spine, including the neck. So reach to the crown of the head. If it feels accessible, look up toward the left thumb. If that feels wonky in the neck, look down toward the right foot. Take a breath in where you are and a breath out. Push into the feet. You're going to stand up, pivot the toes toward the side of your mat. Catch hold of the hips here. Roll the shoulders and the elbows up, back, and down as you look up. And then bow forward, releasing the hands outside of your feet toward the ankles or the calves. Bend your knees. Rotate the shoulders away from the ears and relax the head down. Two more deep breaths here. See if you can lengthen the breath just a little bit, maybe one of those paced breaths if you haven't been using them. When you're ready, walk your fingertips right in front of the chest here. Keep the right hand down, lift the left arm up and open. Same idea here, working to stack the shoulders and the wrists as you send some weight toward the heels. Nice long inhale, maybe looking up toward the top thumb, and then hands to the top of the mat, pivot the toes forward. Take a big breath in where you are. We're gonna find standing splits. Shift the weight to the right foot, lift the left leg. You can play with the legs at about a 90-degree angle if you're working on strength. Tiny little bend in the right knee, press through the left heel. Or if you're working on range of motion here, drop the chin toward the chest, look toward the right knee. Maybe reach one or both of your hands to the right ankle and then play with lifting that left leg toward the ceiling. Nice, one more full breath in. And then feet together at the top of your mat. Stand all the way up on an inhale. Lightning chair as you exhale, just one breath like that. Inhale as you rise and reach. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Left foot steps back, left knee drops down. Inhale the arms up, finding that supported crescent. And then Hanumanasana as you exhale. Take a full breath in. Melt the heart forward as you breathe out. Crescent lunge, tuck the back toes. Finish the inhale as you lift and lengthen, left hip forward. Hands to the mat, step back, high to low plank. Cobra or up dog on an in breath. And then downward facing as you empty. Left leg lifts, breathe in. Step the left foot forward, load the weight in the left foot. Right knee and arms up on an inhale. And then interlace your hands around the sole of that right foot. You can find as much flexion as possible in that right hip. When you're ready, tuck the chin toward the chest. The back is rounded a little bit. And then start to extend the right leg forward, head to knee pose. Or head toward knee pose. Or maybe it's a pretty wobbly pose. Notice if you can practice wherever the pose is, from a space of non-judgment, from a space that's friendly, that's lighthearted, that's present, right? We're going to keep that right leg lifted if possible. Bring the hands to the hips or up. Point to the right toes. Pulse 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1. And then airplane. Fly that right leg back. Level off the hips. Nice little kind of self-adjustment here is to catch hold of the hips. And then steer that right hip down. Tiny tuck to the tailbone. Keep the arms lifting by the sides or reach them forward. Virabhadrasana 3. Eyes to one place. Deep, deep Ujjayi breath here. Slow and steady, start to bend the front knee. Step the right foot back, warrior 1. To warrior 2. Readjust your feet so there's a little bit more space between the feet. Set the eyes over the left fingertips here. Remember that dedication, that this practice is in like union and as an offering to your body. So listening for that body wisdom, breathing to support the body, to center the mind. Straighten the left knee, hinge at the hips. Find triangle posture, left hand down, right arm up. Notice where you can offload a little bit of tension. For me, it's usually the shoulders or the jaw. For you, it might be elsewhere. Maybe it's the brow or the wrists. Maybe it's the belly. Nice, take the top arm forward, big breath in. And then exhale as you stand up, pivot to the left toes to the right. This time, interlace your fingers at the lower back. Same option for a little back bend here. Heart lifts, chin lifts, open through the throat. And then keep the bind if you can as you fold forward. Feel into the outer edges of your feet. You can rock the hands and the shoulders side to side. Slow, see if you can find a little space there. And keep working to put space between the crown of your head and your shoulders as you shrug the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze them together. One more deep breath here, in through your nose. Exhale completely through the nose or the mouth. Release the hands down. Keep the left fingers down, reach the right arm open, trying to stack the shoulders and the wrist here as you breathe in. And then sweep the hands to the top of the mat, pivot the toes forward, load the weight into the left foot, standing splits. Square off the hips or play with that range of motion. Or maybe spend a couple breaths doing both and kind of feel how your body responds. Feel how the prana responds, right? That movement of energy. We'll finish the pose on an in-breath. Step both feet to the top of the mat as you empty. One full round of that flow, arms up, big inhale. Lightning chair as you exhale, sit the hips back and down. Stand and fill, breathe in. Bow forward, empty out. Half lift on the inhale, we're on the right foot. Step the right foot to the back of the mat, drop the knee. Inhale, the arms up, look up. Straighten the left leg as you exhale. Flex the left foot, hold it here, breathe in. Relax a little tension through the shoulders as you breathe out. Full crescent lunge. Take your time, finish that breath in. And then we're gonna fly forward in, high to low push-up. Forgot where we were going. Take it through your vinyasa. Inhale, heart lifts. And then push to downward facing dog. Still on the right side. Inhale that leg high. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Load the weight. Come up, bring your left knee to your chest on the inhale. And then take the hands down. Step the left foot to the back of the mat on the exhale. Right leg kicks. Breathe in. Step the right foot forward. Load the weight. Inhale, left knee and arms. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the left foot back. Once more. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step. Inhale, left knee and arms. Exhale, hands down, foot to the back, right leg kicks, breathe in. Step forward, we're gonna hold it here, lift the left knee and the arms. This time we'll find a figure four. Cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh, hands can come to the heart or to the hips. Breathe, flex the left foot. Feel into that flexion through the right hip as you let the left knee get heavy. A slow, slow motion. You're going to stand up, bring the arms up and the knee to the chest. Inhale. Airplane, fly that foot to the back on the exhale. Stay here or reach the arms forward. Breathe in. And then hands to the top of the mat around the left foot, finding standing splits. We're taking some step out here. Finish the posture on an inhale. Feet together at the top of the mat on the exhale. All the way up. Breathe in. Lightning chair, breathe out. Inhale, stand, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, the arms up, find length. Hanumanasana, straighten the right leg, flex the right foot, breathe in. Breathe out. Full crescent lunge. Strong in the back leg, look up as you finish the inhale. Chaturanga, take it through your vinyasa. Focus on that breath, really fill up. And then strong as you press back, left leg lift. We're gonna do a set here. Exhale, step the left foot forward, right knee and arms up on the inhale. Hands down, right foot to the back on the exhale. Left leg lift, breathe in. Step forward, load the weight. Inhale, right knee and arms. 2 more. Exhale, hands down, foot back. Breathing. Finding ways to listen to your body here. Support the flow of energy. Once more, when you're up, you'll set up that figure 4 balance, crossing the right ankle over the top of the left thigh, bringing the hands to the heart or the hips and sitting low. Set the eyes, the drishti to 1 point. Soften the muscles around the eyes. See if you can lengthen and relax the sides of the neck. On an inhale, slow motion, arms and right knee lift. Airplane, fly that foot to the back. Stay or reach forward for warrior 3, just for the inhale. And then standing splits, hands down, right leg lifts up. Take a full breath in, forward fold at the top. Bend your knees, sit down onto your butt, lie down onto your back. You can move around in any way that feels good. If it feels good to catch the knees and do a little self-massage for the backs of the hips and the lower spine. Or it might feel good to just sprawl out into Savasana for a moment. Just give yourself a handful of breaths without trying to control anything. Just to let the work of your practice kind of settle. The imagery that really speaks to me is this idea of a snow globe, and the Vinyasa practice being like shaking that snow globe like crazy, disrupting all those little bits of particulate. And then once we still our bodies, it's like watching those little flakes of snow start to slow down. And then naturally kind of fall into whatever order, whatever placement. When you're ready, you can bring the knees together if they're not already, feet down. And just like we did at the beginning, we're going to come into a glute bridge. But this time as you push into the feet, tuck the tailbone toward the knees, and then keep going. Start to find some extension. Maybe shimmy your shoulders underneath your chest and press down into the upper arms. If that bind feels accessible, interlacing your fingers underneath your back on the mat, pressing down into the length of the arms. Or if the bind doesn't feel so great, you can bend at the elbows. The palms are facing your body and they're parallel to each other, but push down into your feet, press down into the arms. Send the knees forward and the chest toward the chin. 3 deep breaths. Soft eyes, soft jaw. Nice, lift high and then slowly imprint the vertebra one at a time as you exhale it down. Windshield wiper your knees instead of bringing them into the chest. We'll do one more back bend. So same option to come into bridge, push into the feet, tuck the tailbone, turn on the glutes. Extension through the whole spine. Stay there and breathe, pushing into the feet, or bring the palms underneath the shoulders with your fingers pointing toward the heels and the elbows pointing for the ceiling. And then push into the fingertips. See if you can lift just to the crown of the head. So untuck the chin, find your balance on the crown of the head, reset the hands if you like, and then start to straighten the arms. Sending the heart through the arms. Deep, deep, deep breaths. Listen to your body. If your wrists feel really unwilling to be in this shape, go ahead and come back onto the crown of your head and come back into bridge. Soften the jaw, soften the eyes. 5 deep breaths here, or come out when your body's ready. So notice if you're forcing anything. See if you can smooth and just let the pose unfold on its own. Deep circular breathing here. Nice, 2 more deep breaths if you're up. And then slowly lowering down, tucking the chin if you're releasing from wheel. This time, go ahead and do bring the knees into the chest. Interlace your hands around that right knee. Extend the left leg about 45 degrees. Point the toes, lift the head, the neck, and the shoulders. So your nose is toward the right knee. Hug in through the abdominals, and then switch. Switch. Switching side to side here. Hugging down and in through the core. Protect the neck, so you're rolling the shoulders up around the rib cage. For 3, 2, this is the last bit of muscular work. Hold the right knee into the chest on 1. Keep the knee exactly where it is, but bring your hands to the nape of the neck. Lift the head a little higher. Keep the right hand where it is. Reach the left arm outside of the right knee. Right shoulder up, right shoulder up. Little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1. Switch knees, switch sides. So catch hold of the neck with the left hand. Right arm outside of that left knee. Lift both shoulders up. Little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold and squeeze, and then release everything down. Take a huge breath in, and then a good sigh, let it go. Closing sequence, so you can choose what feels right in your body. I always like half pigeon, so if you're coming into half pigeon with me, take a high plank for a moment, bring the right knee forward, right ankle over to the left. Stay lifted for a moment. Just let your hips and your pelvis and your knees kind of settle into that shape. And then ease yourself into the forward fold variation if that feels good. So there's several other options that you could be landing in. You take the same shape, but on your back, bringing the right foot into that figure 4 like we did earlier. And lift up and take something like head to knee pose, half butterfly. Just folding over one straightened leg as the opposite knee is bent in. The most important thing about this part of the practice is settling into something that feels still. So in a vinyasa class, there's a ton of movement. And in order to bring some balance to the nervous system, we want to take a little bit of the class time and come into stillness. So make whatever adjustments you need, whatever posture you landed in. See if you can find a variation that feels interesting, but also sustainable. Consider letting the eyes close down if they're not already. And then as you hold your body in this still space, as you let the body be held in still space, do a really gentle little scan for pockets of tension. You'll have these patterns in the body of where we hold tension, where there's like a clenching, maybe the jaw, maybe the brow. And just gently touching in with your consciousness, in with your breath to those places that feel tight. And without forcing anything, just bringing awareness. Inviting the tension to soften. Being totally okay with it if it doesn't soften, right? And then slowly breathing. And then release the posture. Come into something that feels neutral. So if you're in half pigeon with me, slide all the way onto your belly. Notice any difference in the prana in the right and the left side of your hips, and the right and the left leg. Take a breath or two in neutral, feeling the rebound, and then switch and find a posture on the other side. Go through that same process of kind of moving toward the shape incrementally and stopping at that point that feels interesting, sustainable, where the stretch in the tissues feels like it's right in that sweet spot between too much sensation and not quite enough. And then see if you can let your body be held in that space. Again, meeting any tension or resistance that you find from a place of acceptance, but also a place of softness. Your body linger in the posture that you chose for another moment or so. And then in your own timing, in your own way, you can start to transition towards Savasana. If there's any postures that you need before you can rest easy on your back, add those in. Maybe a twist, maybe a forward fold, or another little stretch for the hips, or a little bit of a movement in the knees at the chest for that little lower back massage. And then as you settle into Shavasana, really allowing the arms, the legs, the hands, the feet to rest easily. Let go of any control of the breath, so the pranayama kind of floats out of the picture and the body's own wisdom of rhythm takes back over. And that might take a moment to happen, but just allow that shift to happen naturally. Once more, a little body scan, bringing awareness through the forehead and the crown of the head. Allowing some decompression through the jaw, the lips, the tongue, the sides of the neck. Letting the shoulders soften, the chest relax. Let go of the belly completely, let it settle. Let the lower back and the back of the hips be heavy. Relaxing the legs all the way down through the feet and the toes. You have extra time to stay here in Shavasana, please do so and let your body have that stillness. It's incredibly rebalancing, resetting for the nervous system. Otherwise, when you're ready, you can make your way back to a seat, coming back to your hands at your heart. Pausing once more to settle into that intention, that sankalpa. If you shared my intention, remember it was about really creating a balanced partnership with your body. If there was another intention that you practiced with, bring that back into your heart space here. Bring your hands right above your forehead, blessing your mind, your thoughts with honesty, kindness, compassion. You can bring your hands right in front of your mouth, blessing your words, your communication, both your external communication with others as well as the internal communication with yourself, with those qualities of kindness and compassion. And then bring the hands to the heart center, one palm over the other, tuning into that heart space, this physical symbol of really infinite wellspring of those qualities of kindness, compassion, and blessing your whole being with those things. When you're ready, take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through the nose or the mouth completely. And blink the eyes open. Thank you for joining me, for sharing your practice with me this morning, afternoon, whenever you're here.
All right. Thank you, Kaylee.
Yeah, of course.